Yeah, you know what it is. Another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. We out here. We got a special guest. I'm really excited for today's show. You know what I'm saying? Episode 148. Let's get it popping. Just roll the intro. Yeah. You know what it is, man. Episode 148 of the Victory Talk podcast. All right. We got a special guest. I'm going to introduce him in a minute, man. But first, we have to talk about a few other things. Then we're going to get into a special guest, man. Highly requested. They said he had to come back. So we had to bring him back. So, of course, I'm your host. Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, King of Ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus, Jesus de Gimnasio, Paramiente de la Washington Heights. You know, I'm joined by my co-host, the best producer in the game, the homie Nima.
Thank you. Super excited.
Straight out Iran, came through on the magic carpet, about to bring the magic to the motherfucking podcast.
I just assume a part of it.
You know, yes, it's a whole new world over here. You feel me? And then we got of course, man, in the super chats, we got my beautiful girlfriend, Minovia Culo Grande. she's manning the super chats, making sure shit's popping. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. Listen, before we get into it, man, I got to give a quick word from our sponsor, and we're gonna get it cracking up in this bitch. You know, first sponsor is the newsletter Big Money Methods. All right, this a newsletter that shows you methods how to make big money, written by me, my homie Sean, and one of my salespeople, Chris. And it's just really like, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Every episode of this shit and every video I ever did, I'm basically freestyling. I used to do battle raps back in the day, so talking without rhythm, and I don't have to rhyme is easy. So I just freestyle, and I know more shit than y'all, right? So I just freestyle it. But like this, I get a chance to actually sit down and write, and my thoughts are more condensed and more thoughtful, right? So check out the newsletter. It's free. You put your email in here twice a week. You're going to get newsletter. You're going to get articles on methods to help you get big money. All right. The next sponsor we got is a product me and Nima have been working on secretly. We haven't told people about it. We just something we wanted to keep under wraps, you know, until the time is right. And I think Nima, it might be time to let them know about this project we've been working on. Yeah. And Nima's been working on this shit since like
2 years, right?
2 years working on behind the scenes. Like it's not something we wanted to really talk about too much because we wanted to make sure it was gonna work, man. We want to make sure that it was something that was really gonna pop. All right. And that is Thot Repellent. Thot Repellent is the easy to apply spray to keep the hoes away. You get what I'm saying? Because check it out. These motherfucking lames, these losers, they talking about how do I get girls? How do I get girls, man? What's the pickup line? Should I cold approach or online dating, or can you look at my Tinder profile? I'm like, yo, man, if you was a G, there would be some bitch online asking some other bitch how she can get a motherfucker like you. Right, that's what you really want. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be the man for that. You got to be that nigga. And once you become that nigga, your problem won't be how do I get so many girls? It's gonna be like, how do I get girls away? You're gonna need Thot Repellent because ain't a lot of real motherfuckers out here. Ain't a whole lot of them, man. Yeah, so we a dying breed. And when they spot one of you, it's gonna be like a loose ball at the Super Bowl. All right, they're gonna be diving on you, man. Like, and you're gonna just to move around the earth, you're gonna need Thot Repellent, right? Now, Thot Repellent has been designed by Nima and a team of Iranian scientists, the good ones, not the ones who doing all that crazy shit. Not the ones Boris Yeltsin and them is trying to fucking stop, you know? The cool ones. The friendly Iranian scientists. And the friendly scientists. And what they doing, they've been working round the clock. on this product. So it's designed to only affect the DNA of thots, right? So good women, the good classy women, the kind of women who you want in your life, bring home to your mama, raising your kids. They gonna smell it. They're gonna be like, oh man, that's just a delicious smell. That just smells great. What's that fragrance you got on? And baby, that's Thot Repellent, right? But but a thot, she smells it, man. She might go into convulsions. She might have a motherfucking mini seizure or some shit, right? So it's been genetically engineered to only affect the DNA of thots, sluts, hoes, sluts, slut hoes, skanks, skeezers, Jezebels, and bitches named Ayana. All right. They the worst. You ain't gotta tell me, man. All right. And now there's a few side effects, but it ain't nothing crazy, man. But the FDA says if we're gonna be putting this out, we gotta tell you the side effects. So just so you know, all of your super chats go towards the development of Thot Repellent. We are actually out here crowdsourcing it. We're gonna launch this around. When we say we're gonna launch it,
It's going to be by the end of this year.
okay, by the end of this year, man, it's gonna be out. So it's gonna make like the holiday season. It's gonna make a good stocking stuffer, right? Put a case of this underneath the Christmas tree. Get some for your homies. Get some for your father, right? Get some for your brothers. You know what I'm saying? For the homies. It has a few side effects, nothing crazy, man. Side effects include, but are not limited to, post-nut charity, saber-tooth semen, violent wet dreams, Under Armour sneaker collection, LeBron James hairline, and Jada Pinkett fist. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds like some shit you don't want. Oh, and also bone marrow thugs in harmony. All right. So you want to watch out for that. But other than that, man, I think it's a small price to pay to keep the thots away. You feel what I'm saying? All right. So all your super chats are going to go towards development for that. Now, listen, guys, we got a special guest, man. He was a guest on the podcast about a month or two ago. It was a fantastic episode, and the people demanded that we bring it back. So I hollered at my man, young Goldie. What's up, player?
Same guy, Goldie, the one and only. What's going on?
Hey, man, chilling, man. It's good to have you back, boss. All right. So what we're doing is we went through your intro last time.
Yeah.
Right. But what people don't know is that you actually help a lot of men improve their game and improve their lives. And what kind of, when you coach these men, what are the main problems that you see that these brothers have?
Lack of self-love, and because they have such a lack of self-love, they're always doing things for validation.
Well, make sure you get close to the mic just so it pulls up.
Make sure.
You got to speak. You got to speak into it.
Okay. So I mean, everybody got the same problem. It's lack of self-love. So they're doing everything for validation outside themselves, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how you're always gonna do some BS, right? So you don't really love yourself. You don't really self-validate yourself. So therefore, you're looking for it from everybody else. You're looking for it from dudes. You're looking for it from females, which means you change what you do based on what you think people are going to like. And, if you start there, you always going to lose, right? Because you always going to change your friend and change who you are. And a lot of these dudes, they don't know who they are, right? They can't even direct the broad to get them what they want because they want to be what they think silly bras like, right? So they act the way that they think silly bras like and get mad that they attracting silly women. You get what I'm saying? But when you know who you are and you know what you want, you're only going to attract a woman who's into you. And if you're not a silly dude, it's not going to be a silly woman, right? If you get a woman and you don't really know what you like, then it's just up in the air and she going to take control. But when you know who you are, you know what you want, you can get the woman and direct her to what you want. But these dudes don't even know themselves enough to even be able to display, the positive things about them, the things that they like, their hobbies. When I get with a woman, I'm always talking about myself, what I like, my dreams, my goals. I'm interesting because I'm interested in myself because I know myself. These dudes, they don't know what to say because they don't know themselves.
And they out here so how does that fuck up their relationship with the women?
Well, you starting off wrong because you're starting off playing a character that's not really you. So you're catching somebody on false pretenses. You can't keep that up. So then you eventually become who you actually are once you can't keep that front up.
Yeah.
And then the woman doesn't really like you anymore, but she's attached to you. So now the disrespect comes in. Now the talking crazy comes in because she was bamboozled. How you expect her to act? You acted a way to get her and you're not really that, but she's attached. So she's around. So she's talking to you crazy and she should be upset. So if you start wrong, you're going to finish wrong. You got to start by being yourself, but you got to be somebody that you like, which means you got to work on yourself. And then you got to know yourself. These dudes don't take no time with themselves. They don't take no time with themselves. They don't even like themselves. I love myself. And that shit exudes me. Not only that, I like myself so much. I treat myself so well. When I deal with a woman, she got to treat me on that same level. Like a woman can't, talk to me crazy. A woman can't even talk to me wrong, even kind of wrong. Like I say it all the time, man, if I sneeze and she don't say bless you, I'm gonna get to looking at her crazy. Like, man, this might not work. Because little shit turn into big shit, but you got to have that such high estimation of yourself. Then you're going to make everybody who come in treat you on that level. I'm going to tell you a quick story. And I thought about this the other day. Yeah. I was in high school, right? You go to the lunch table at lunchtime, you eat with your friends. And it got to a point where I'm like, every time I come around all my quote unquote friends, it's like I'm always the butt of the joke. So, I ended up like, I ain't going over there no more. I'm going to walk around the school by myself at lunch. And then eventually other people was walking with me. These dudes be asking like, yo, what should I do in a situation where I'm not treating right? She doing this, she doing that. Nobody had to tell me I'm not being treated right. Let me remove myself. It's like these dudes, but it's crazy to me. If I'm in a situation, whether man, woman, whatever, is not treating me with respect and how I feel like I should be treated, I'm going to remove myself. These dudes have to ask, what should I do? Oh, innately, man, somebody's disrespecting me. I'm going to remove myself because I love myself so much. But when you love yourself, you ain't taking no disrespect. I
see dudes, man, they be like, almost scared of their girlfriends.
Yeah, man.
You ever see you're scared of their wives? Like I see it on the sitcoms and people act like it's funny. I'm like, yo, man, but that ain't funny though.
Hey,
man.
It's a program. Yeah. They see it on these shows. Look at like even the cartoons like Family Guy. What's the other one? You see it all the time in all these shows. It's the fat, stupid husband with the wife who's sharper, who put him in check. So you've been trained to accept things like that. So that shit is backwards though. I would never. Yeah, in the real shit, man. Like in a real situation, a woman wouldn't want to be in that situation where the dude is like beneath her. Yeah. Right. You know, and that's why she's treating him like that, because she upset. Man, she wish that's not what wasn't her dream to be with a motherfucker. She got a baby. I'm telling you, you don't respect yourself, so why should she respect you? I respect myself so much. I'm gonna walk away from the situation. I don't care what's on the table, what money's on. I don't care if it's uncomfortable, if I gotta move. I don't care what it is. I'm going to walk away about my manhood, even if I'm living with the woman and gotta be homeless about it. I'll go be homeless with my manhood intact before I let a woman disrespect me. I mean, because if you can be bought, you can be bought for a big, and it's only like, you see everything going on in the media right now. If you compromise on your principles over something small, which means you could be bought, it's only going to be the right amount for something that you say is outlandish. You can't buy me over something little. You can't buy me over something big. It's a slippery slope.
The first move is the worst move.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
It's like that. And that's one of the 48 laws of power, man. Behave like a king to be treated like a king. Yeah. You got to exude that, but you got to like yourself.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So how can these dudes get to the point where they respect themselves more? Man,
it's like this. Every man out here, whether it's a fictional character on TV or it's somebody that you know that you respect, what attributes do they have? Right? Model what you like. Right? I have a thing in my program. It's called habitual character construction. In every area of your life, from how you look to the wife you want to have or whatever the situation, what are those attributes? Right now, work every day to close the gap between where you are and where that is. So when you look in the mirror, you have respect about yourself. The way you look at that person or the rock or whoever your idol is, when you look in the mirror, you want to say, damn, I like that person. Because when you like that person, then everything else is different. But they want to skip that step.
They just want to figure out, they want to take the shortcut.
Yeah.
What you talking about takes work.
Yeah, it take work, but it's fulfilling though. Yeah. Right. A lot of people, they be like, well, what's my purpose in life? Well, if you weren't blessed to have a purpose on your mind, I say your purpose should be to become the best person that you could be and then get that person to the world to be an example. Because I mean, it's just one of those things, man. What's more important than being something that you like when you look in the mirror every day? Because that affects everything. Like, people don't understand too, and it's kind of off topic, but people who are fat, they don't understand that them being fat affects every area of their life. Their entire life is different because they fat. How many things subconsciously, the energy leak that you have every time you do something secretly, you're around people who aren't fat. or you around your friends who aren't fat, you know you're gonna be the last choice.
Yeah.
You go to the pool, you thinking about, man, how I'm gonna look in this.
Yeah.
You go into the store to buy something, you know, so it's so much going on in the back of your mind. Everything that you do, you don't even know is being affected by this one area. I tell people all the time, man, getting in shape and having a body you want will do more than if I gave you $1 million, because your confidence is different. And confidence, your self-worth and self-image affects everything. You've read psycho-cybernetics.
For sure.
And, you know, that's what I got out of it is you really want to, you're not going to be able to perform at your capacity unless you feel like you can. So if you don't have the confidence, even if you have the skills, your body won't even allow you to reach the capacity of which your skills are because you don't feel right. So everything is about feeling. So do whatever it takes to become confident. That's why I put this shit on. This might not be your thing, but hey, it make me feel good when I step outside. It make me feel like the broad can't say nothing to me. So that just, whether it's me having this on that gives me the response I want, or whether I just feel so good when I put it on that I'm acting in a way that's confident enough to get the response I want, it worked for me.
That's a fact. You know, you gotta almost, it's almost like, you correct me if I'm wrong, because you game guy Goldie, but I feel like you gotta game yourself.
Yeah,
you feel me? You know,
got to.
A lot of times people, and if y'all have questions for Goldie, he's gonna be answering your super chats, man. So put them in there. But a lot of people think, a lot of people come to me and they'll be like, man, how do I get more confidence? How do I get more confidence? How do I believe in myself more? You know, or like, how I got so much self-doubt. I'm like, yo, you got to give yourself a reason to be confident. Yeah. Right. You know, so I think about, I do the same shit you do, and I teach it. It's called the list of great, where you think about the version of yourself that accomplished all your goals, right? What kind of attributes does that person have? When does he get up? You know, what's his diet like? What's his focus like? What's he not doing? What's he saying? And once you start acting in accordance with that, what happens is you start to like yourself more. You start to believe in yourself
better. Yeah.
You know, and if a motherfucker's hating on you, like if a motherfucker hate on me, right? It's like I laugh. It'd be like if you said I'm a Chinese woman, right? I would laugh at you, right? Because I know I'm a black man.
That's
right?
big.
Nothing wrong with being a Chinese woman. What I'm saying is, like, I would look at you like you crazy because you so wrong.
But what you're saying is huge right now.
When
you self-validate yourself, man, it don't matter. See, Mike, you say something about somebody. The times that they get the most mad at you is when it's something true about what they're saying.
That's the only time.
So that's why I don't really trip when people say stuff to me, because I self-validate myself. I know it ain't true. I know who I am. I love myself so much. I feel so highly about myself. Man, what you say don't even matter. And then 9 times out of 10, I don't even respect you enough to even care what you're saying. But when you don't respect yourself that much and you respect everybody else more than you respect yourself, then everybody's words hurt. And then you're changing your front and changing who you are based on a woman, based on a dude, based on this. I'm not changing who I am based on anything but how I feel, because I'm the most important person.
We only get offended
when it's true,
when there's some truth in it, when they strike a chord.
Hey, listen, I was talking about it, man. You know, my baby mama, man, she used to say the most hurtful shit to me, man. But in that, you know, as I grew, I understood it. It sting for a reason. Now, it may not be fully true, but it's something in there that's stinging. Okay, so to me, when it sting and hurt, I got to investigate. Why does it hurt? And then I can figure it out and then eradicate that. Then when she say it again, it don't matter because it's no longer true.
Yeah. And it's like, and once you built your character up, what you call I call it using the list of great, but what did you call it?
Habitual character construction.
Right. So once you start acting in accordance of this list, you'll like yourself so much that it's like, and you'll know that the average person ain't doing this shit that you're doing.
Come on.
So when the average motherfucker says some shit about you, it's like it's meaningless.
Come on, man. I mean, if you just run in a good couple days where you hit your workout, where you hit your macros, where you didn't drink, you went to the club and everybody was asking you to drink and you didn't drink. When you go home, you feel proud of yourself. You got to get different. You know, you woke up early this morning. You hit everything on that list. You did everything you were supposed to do. You didn't lose your temper today. You know, you feel good. And now you string a good day together, a good week, a good month, come on, man. And it just compound interest on itself.
And it's hard to lose. Like, and you'll actually not only like yourself, you'll start hitting your goals, right? But the goals won't even be as important as you like yourself.
I was just about to say that.
You know what I'm saying?
You will start to feel like you think you're going to feel when you're a multimillionaire before you have the money, when you start to like yourself, when you like how you look, when you look in the mirror, when you're hitting all the things, when you're not doing the vices, you will start to feel rich. And then I feel like once you start feeling like that, you're going to attract that.
Yeah. That's why I tell people, you know, I have a habit tracker. And I look at it, I can see string of like perfect days.
Yeah,
and then it's like, what what a motherfucker gonna say to me?
Hey man, you one of the most on point motherfuckers that every time I get around you make me want to step my game up.
That's what we supposed to do.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm saying? Iron, you're supposed to be around people who make you want to step.
Hey, listen, and that's why I'm always trying to get around people like you. Get around people doing better in certain areas because that's where I'm gonna grow. You hanging around people either on the same level as you or beneath you, man, you feel comfortable. I get around you, I'll be like, oh, he on point. You did your podcast yesterday, you spit some shit. I'm like, yeah, I need to step it up in this area. But guess what? If I'm not around people like you, then it's hard for you to get that type of realization of what people on that next level are doing.
That's why, like you talking about, I was on Fresh and Fit yesterday, and I was like, yo, Goldie, just come through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I appreciate that too.
Because he just moved out to Miami, and I just wanted him to see some of the other shit around here. But like, your boys should be doing that. You know, if your boys ain't trying to lift you up, then either you got to lead or you got to get into it. Maybe you got to lift them up and that gets tiresome, right?
Nah,
but
right.
but you got to set the tone. Though.
Yeah, you got to set the tone. Listen, and listen, I ain't gonna tell him what you told me, but he be dropping so much game on me, some game that you would pay other individuals 10, 20,000 for. He just gave it to me. But guess what? If I wasn't out here in Miami, if I wasn't out here getting around people like that, man, I wouldn't even be able to get that he just dropped on me for the free.
Yeah, it be like that, man. Listen, we got a link to my habit tracker, right? So listen. Y'all can download this free habit tracker and basically you can put in your own habits. I got some in there, but once you start stringing together these perfect days, right? And you start doing this shit, man, you're gonna love yourself some more. And then when some a dude or some chick try to say some shit about you, it's gonna sound crazy.
Yeah, man. Listen, that habit tracker, I got one in my program too. What gets measured gets accomplished. Like I've heard that throughout my whole life. If you're not measuring what you're doing, then it's hard to even duplicate success if you get it because you don't remember what you did to get there. And then when you start to fall off and things aren't going well, you got this habit tracker. Okay, I started missing wake up. I started missing this. I started missing that. So it's a great way just to keep your life on track.
It gives you data as well. Right. That's another thing. You can make decisions based on data because people be like, man, I feel like I'm doing good. I feel like, but it's like, well, let's look at the data. Yeah, because my students be like, man, I just feel like I'm not closing as many sales. And I'll be like, well, let's look at the data. Right. And sometimes I'll be seeing motherfuckers in his close rate to be like 60-70%, which is good on his calls. I'm like, man, you doing good. You just wasn't looking at the data. You just going off your feelings. Your feelings can lie, but numbers don't lie. Yeah, that's 100%. If you track the shit, then you had the numbers, and that gives you more confidence.
Man, and you said it the other day when they gave a test to people. They said just start tracking what you eat every day, and just by tracking, people started eating less. Like I give people macros, and just by them starting to look at stuff, look at the nutrition label, they start to lose weight, even if they're not trying to hit their macros because they're more aware. You gamify it. When you got that habit list, once you start checking off boxes day after day, once you miss, you feel bad. So now it's like I want to keep it up because I want to be able to hit that check mark.
And it's for you, more so than the goals. Even here's the study. It was on Duke. It was Duke University. And they had some fat boys. All they told them to do was just listen for 3 months, man. All you got to do, listen, fat boy. All you got to do is track the food you eat. They didn't give him no diet plan. Yeah. They didn't give him no caloric deficit. They said just track what you put in your mouth, right? And this is Duke University. They did this shit, right? And after 3 months, without even being in a legit caloric deficit, right? Or I mean, they obviously was, but without like planning, no workout plan, just eat regular, track your shit. They lost like 5 pounds on average. Yeah, right. That's because once you start tracking shit, you're more cognizant of it, right? You make you more mindful of what you're doing. You got a game plan, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, one of the big homies back in the day told me, man, you need a game plan if you want to be covering the name brand. You know what I'm saying?
People think that they just gonna, luck up and haphazardly get to success, and you might, but more than likely, you're not though. So it's like, man, you got to really plan for what you're trying to do, at least in some aspect.
Hope ain't the strategy, man. Luck ain't the strategy, and the problem is if you get lucky, what's going to happen is we seen people come up and fall off. We seen people get in shape and get fat again. We seen people make money then lose it. We seen people get famous then they a joke, right? Because those people that's what happens when you get lucky, because you don't build the character as a man.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So that you don't know how to maintain it because you didn't build the character.
Man, that shit be so cliche, but it's like, man, once you start to do the process, man, like you say, the outcome, even when you get the money, you more proud of the person that you become. Yeah. Because
you can fuck around. Let's say one of these guys fuck around and get like his dream girl on accident.
Oh, you're gonna lose that.
You're gonna lose it because you haven't built the character of the man. You haven't become her dream man. right?
That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? Like
That's a
you
fact.
don't really deserve her, and you're gonna do some. You're gonna do something to fuck it up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, no, that's for sure. It's like fat girl syndrome. You know, fat girl who gets skinny, man, she still got the old program in her head of being fat, so she still sabotage situations because she's still running off that program, especially when she gets surgery and don't do it the right way.
Yeah, yeah. You say you're looking for cheat codes or quick fixes, but it's better to not have the quick fix because then you build the habits.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You become the person
That's
who
sustainable.
deserves that shit. I think we got a question for Goldie. I think we got a few questions. Let's answer the one for Goldie first, though, if we can.
We have Money Moves.
What up, Money Moves?
Yeah, Goldie, I've been dating a girl for 3 months. She's a freak, so I made her my girlfriend. But deep down inside, I know she's not wifey. She's made comments that suggest she's an ex-hoochie. What should I do?
Hey, man, so, I mean, this is probably obvious, but I mean, you started wrong. You made her your girlfriend because she was a freak, right?
Yeah.
So you pretty much could have did that more efficiently. And I ain't over here encouraging tricking, but man, you know, you could have went and paid a woman who's a professional. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's a for between maybe $100 and $1,000 every time you see her, right? Don't you think that's more efficient than moving a woman in when the only reason you want to have her is because she's freaky? Yeah. And you ain't got to deal with her problem. Yeah. You ain't got to deal with all the BS that come around with having a move-in girlfriend. You could just get what you want if that's what you want.
That's all
right?
You want.
That's all I'm saying. Like, you went about it the wrong way. And a lot of dudes do this. They make a woman their girlfriend just for in-house sex. You know?
That's not the right reason.
Nah, that ain't the right reason. You know and I'm not encouraging tricking, man. I'm just saying, man, that's pretty. You gotta live in escort, man, and you overpaying for it. That's all I'm saying. You overpaying for it. You could do it more efficiently
because he don't even like her.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
You
don't even like her. Money Moves. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you don't even like her. So it's like I get it. He's probably young. Money Moves is probably young, right? So this is a lesson he had to learn. Yeah. You know, but you know, he learned, you know, when you lose, don't lose the lesson.
Hey, listen, this happened to me though. Listen, this happened to me before. I think I was maybe 15, 16. You know, I had a little girl, you know, we was having relations. And she told me, see, I didn't have
she was young too.
Yeah. I was 15.
Y'all was all kids.
Yeah. I was 15. I was 15. Yeah. You know, appreciate it. You never know that clip that shit up. How me looking crazy around this.
Y'all was chilled. Y'all was
okay. Yeah, I was in high school, right? And you know, I didn't have nobody to give me this game. So, you know, we having relations, we having fun. It's my first piece of ass. So you know that shit like crack to you. And she told me, she was like, well, if you not gonna make me your girlfriend, we not doing this anymore. In my mind, bet you my girlfriend. Could have been worst decision I ever made in my life. You know, I'm still suffering effects from that to this day. You know, nobody told me, man, that is not the way you have a girlfriend. Like, you have to be able to understand, like, carrying on an entire person in your life who's going to influence everything about your life, your time, your money, your energy, man. It is not worth it for some pussy, man. You know, and that woman single-handedly, this is kind of off subject, but man, that woman single-handedly crushed my dreams. I was like 15 years old, right? I used to make beats. You said you make beats, man. I loved it, man. I had the record, I had the MPC. I would do that shit for hours on end, loving it, you know. And she just kept on saying, when you gonna spend time with me, you gonna do that all day. Little by little, she discouraged me to keep going, and eventually I was just like fucking and started hanging out with her. I could have been motherfucking Metro Booming right now. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for having the wrong broad around, all because I wanted some sex.
Listen, man. Listen, there was a movie called Belly with Nas and DMX. And I might have watched that movie, I don't know, 200-300 times. And it's not a good movie. I don't suggest you watch it, right? But like when I was in my early 20s, we used to just keep that, for whatever reason, we just kept that movie on in the crib. It was a good background for the lifestyle we was living. And there's one part I remember, man. Nas said to DMX, he's like, yo, man, Keisha says we should do this. And DMX was like, what? You listen to a bitch? Nigga, bitches will fuck your whole shit up. And man, bitches will fuck your whole shit up.
Oh man, it will fuck your whole. The wrong woman can derail your life for 5-10 plus years, man. You got to pick them right.
You got to pick them right, man. Or she could be an asset, right? You know.
Oh yeah, and if a woman is an asset, man, she could benefit your life, fast track your life.
Exactly.
But y'all don't even know how to pick them. See, he's picking based on sex. man, I hope he's young, man. If not, man, you got to elevate your mind.
Yeah.
You got to pick a woman on different credentials, different requirements. But most of these dudes have never been taught how to pick a woman. Your dad didn't teach you how to pick a woman.
Yeah.
You just picking what look good. I'm picking what she doing for me. I'm picking how much she like me. I'm picking how she sees me. I'm digging in. What's her character like? How does she talk about her last situation? Did she key her last man car? What type of respect does she have when she talk to me? When I correct her, is she correctable? Does she have a pleasing personality? What's her aspirations in life? Let me take a look into her background, man. You could tell a lot about a woman by her family.
Is she pleasant?
Yeah. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Does she got good energy, man? Or she like sour all the time, complaining, bringing down your mood,
yeah,
or
man.
she lifting your energy up?
Yeah, you got to elevate yourself mentally. Like when you thinking on a physical plane and you thinking about sex, man, you haven't elevated past, elementary, high school thinking.
Yeah.
When you grown, it's a lot more that's more important than that.
Yeah, and we ain't trying to clown you. Money Moves is like you just had a problem, and that's the answer, homie, because he be showing up every week, and that's just the answer, man. You can't pick women off that criteria. Like that's not the right criteria.
Hey man, but sometimes, man, you need to get clowned, man, to make it sting enough to change, man. Listen, that's what my uncles did my whole life, man. They was like, man, what you doing? Like, you looking good, man. And that made me feel like, the worst thing my uncles could say to me when I was coming up was, that's unmanly. Right. Ooh, it'll cut my soul. Ooh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, man, you need somebody to clown you to make you really see how detrimental it is. Because if you don't get that shit together, the rest of your life gonna be ran off of that. And it's gonna be a sad life. All
right. So Money Moves sound like you need to kick her out the crib. What did he say she was doing to him? She was like fucking this shit up. Somehow I forgot what the problem was. She makes comments, suggests that she's she knows.
She's made comments that suggest that she was an ex-hoochie. So
what do you think about that? What do you think about that? Let's say some chick was like a motherfucking, she was out here acting wild. She said, do you care about a chick's past?
I'm gonna say like this, right?
Yeah.
Generally, no, because every woman has a past, and you'll never know if she has a past, man. I know women who used to be prostitutes who in a happy marriage right now. And I just say that to say you'll never know. She gonna tell you whatever. You'll never know. So why does it matter? I don't care, man, if the bro was getting trains ran on her in high school, man. How you acting when you come fucking with me? What are you doing for me? How do you act towards me? How's your character towards me? Do you have a solid character? Do you have integrity? Do you do what I like for you to do? Do you see me in high esteem? Yeah. Are you coming in really doing something for me? Are you making my life better? When we go out, do you have a pleasant personality? So to me, all that shit don't matter. I care about what she's doing.
Yeah.
Your past don't really matter unless it's affecting your present, right? I mean, because it could be a woman who don't got nobody. She could be a virgin.
Yeah.
She have a shitty personality. She could not see you how you should be seen. She could still mess your life up because she's not the right person. So I don't really care about none of that.
I don't think that's the right criteria. That's interesting you say, because most of the guys in some of this manosphere shit, they'll talk about the past like it's the resume is the most important thing.
I be hearing it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the value of a virgin. I don't get it. Like, they covet a virgin so much. What does her being a virgin have to do with anything to me? Because just because she's a virgin doesn't mean she's a good person. Don't mean she's gonna come over here and do something for me. Don't mean she's not gonna be texting my phone, stressing me out. Don't mean she's not gonna be an asset to the situation. She could be a virgin and be, and then you never know, bro. I'm gonna tell you anything, man. If you believe that she's a virgin, man, I got a bridge to sell you in New York right now. You know what I'm saying?
and that don't mean that she's gonna be like a pleasant person. You know what I'm saying? Like, she might still be.
They like to do this thing, like quote fake studies without citing them. A woman who has less partners statistically, man, where are these statistics at? And tell me, you think all of these women got into those studies and told the truth, man? Come on, man, y'all don't know women enough. You think
these hoes ain't lying?
Man. Hey, but no, like, for real, why does it matter? Why does it? I care what she's doing, how she makes me feel, what type of person is she? Can I build with her? Does she have a pleasant personality? Can she integrate with my family? How does she treat my son? Like, these things matter.
Know what I'm saying? I never asked a girl her body count. Like, I never asked.
I never ask it because I don't care, and I know she's gonna lie anyway. So I'm not even gonna put you in that position.
And there's literally no answer that's gonna make me be like, whew, right? Because either she says he's a virgin, I'm gonna be like, fuck.
Hey man, let me tell you this, man. Virgins ain't even fun. You know how much wait, hold on. Come on, man. It takes so long.
Like that shit once, and they're like, no, you don't.
Man, I don't even.
It didn't work. Yeah. And it's like, but it's my fault. I didn't mean to say that. But like, yo, it's like there's no answer that I'm gonna be happy.
And let me tell you this about a virgin too, right? Y'all think, I get a virgin. I think dudes subconsciously, you know, think about their sex game. Like, okay, if she a virgin, she can't compare me to no other man, so I'll be head and shoulders above everybody else. You know, you coming from a place of insecurity, right? But what you don't understand is, do you really want a virgin? There's no way a woman who has sex for the first time with you is not going to get curious about other men. I'd rather her already run through a couple men than get to me, and now she got something to compare to. Whether she's with you first, there's no way. I don't care what you think. There's no way she's not going to be curious and want to have sex and gonna have sex one way or another. She's not just going to be like, oh, you for life. And if you think that, man, I got a bridge to sell you in Connecticut, man, because it ain't gonna happen. Listen. You know, like high school sweethearts, that's cool and everything, but even if y'all together, you know she done creeped out somewhere. You done creeped because you want to experience. You experience sex. There's no way you're not gonna want to experience something else. You know, so you might as well let her get it out the way.
Man, she gonna have to, before she come in the league, man, she gonna have to play NCAA, JUCO, maybe be a McDonald's All-American in high school, man, before she come to the league, man. You can't play against Steph the first time you touch it. What's this, a basketball? Yo, Steph Curry, let's go.
Hey, not to mention, man, y'all not even gonna like a virgin. I mean, of course, it's your woman, so you're gonna teach her this, you're gonna teach her that. But wouldn't you rather have a woman who already got some tricks and some moves and some things like that, man?
Listen, man, listen. The nigga Pusha T said, the great Pusha T said, I got the city's best. Never said she was the brightest. So if you had a first, it don't affect me in the slightest.
Hey, you feel real player shit.
Then he said, so I dismiss her past until she disrespects your highness.
Man, that's some game. Hey, that's some game. Bars. Right to me. Bars, man. Hey, man, you know, but I think also that goes back to you know, the confidence we have in ourselves and the self-love that we have. Like, man, I'm not tripping off who she was with before me. Hey, man, every woman was with somebody else. That don't take nothing from me, you know, depending on who she was with. Like, these dudes care about all that. Oh, I don't want, listen, because I have so much requirements for the woman that I'm with, man, I don't care what she did, because please believe what she's doing for me now outweighs everything. But
that's an interesting perspective. It's definitely what you'll hear other dudes talking about.
I get it. I get it from their perspective because they've never heard this information. They've never been taught that you need to have a broad and cheat. It needs to be requirements and qualifications to deal with you. And when she's with you, she got to produce. So if a woman comes to the table and she's bringing nothing to the table, oh yeah, your past matter a lot. But when you have a woman like me and I'm making sure that she's producing, I'm making sure she's an asset to my life. Well, she's bringing so much value in comparison. Her past don't mean nothing because we're doing a lot right now. Same way with dudes, right? A woman cheat on a dude. They upset. Why is a dude upset when a woman cheats on him? I'm going to tell you why. Okay, it hurt a little bit that she cheated on you, but it's not really that. It's the fact that the entire relationship, you were giving her this, you were giving her that, you were taking her here, you were taking her there, you were compromising on your goals, on your gym, on this and that. So it's a double whammy. Not only did she violate, but she took from me. You feel like you got robbed because you did. You understand me? But if you had a woman, every day she's producing, every day she's coming with some assets, every day she's doing things to help your life. So guess what? When you move on from her, your life is still better because she was there. Then guess what? She cheated on me. Okay, my stomach hurt a little bit, but guess what? The whole time she was there, I was getting a benefit out the situation. But when your life is worse, she took my youth, took my money, took this. Then guess what? When she cheat, it's like a double smack in the face. That's why you got to start requiring from women. Hey, check this out, man.
When compromising this whole time, all this compromise.
So you in a worse position. I'm gonna be any woman fucking with me if when she leaves, I'm not in a better position than she could have never been with me from the J. It's like having a car. Hey man, we have all had cars before, and you know when you get this car, you're not gonna have it for the rest of your life. And you're gonna get mad when it's time to give it up. No, you give the keys to the new owner with a smile on your face, and you have fond memories of that car. That's how I have with every woman I've had. Why? Because when she was here, we had some great rides, we did some great things, and it was a benefit. These dudes have to start, listen to what I'm saying, start requiring from a woman so she's an asset. So when she do leave, because she's gonna leave, when she do cheat, which she might do, you're not feeling as bad because she didn't rob you.
I never thought about it like that, because they do so much. compromising for the girl and giving her all the stuff and compromising like their integrity and who they are.
Yeah, you didn't go to the gym because you were supposed to.
Yeah. You gave up on some of your dreams.
You were spending money you wasn't supposed to, and then on top of that, you wasted those years which you could never get back. Your youth, your prime. So it's just it hurt. It's like I said, it's a double slap in the face. Hey man, I don't care what she do, man. She cheat on me, it is what it. And a lot of dudes, man, they feel embarrassed like when a broad cheat on them. Man, I don't care, man. Broad gonna do what she want to do. You should never feel embarrassed if a broad cheat on you. You can't control what somebody do. She gonna do what she do. But as long as she was here, she was producing. So at least I got that under my belt. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, listen, my man Goldie got some game.
Y'all ain't never heard this information before.
I'm just telling you, it's not, you don't want to hear the same shit that all these guys be saying. But yo, we're gonna take an intermission from me. If y'all got questions for Goldie, put them in the comments. Put them on the super chats because there's too many comments. But yo, we're gonna take a quick detour to bring the homie Young Candlestick in to talk about the market recap. Yo, Greg, what up?
What's up, Brandon? What's up, Young Goldie? I appreciate this engaging conversation. I actually have never heard this stuff before, so I'm really eating it up.
You don't say.
Back into it.
All right, man. Yo, listen, man. Well, you know what I want to get back into these charts. What's up, man?
So I'm going to break down the overall market. We're going to talk about a few stocks, and then I'm going to give you guys 2 potential trade ideas, and then we'll get right back to the conversation.
All right.
So first of all, we got the S&P 500. Whenever I mention SPY, just think this is the broad market for the United States. Okay, so S&P 500 really just in a holding pattern, just consolidating towards the highs. This is more of a bullish pattern than a bearish pattern.
Right.
So the edge is to the buyers. However, we do have an inflation report on Thursday, so that could tank the market. It could also pump the market. So be prepared for anything. And for those of you guys that don't know, I'm Young Candlestick. I am a professional analyst when it comes to technical analysis, stock trading, risk management. So I do look at these charts all the time, and I'm always scheming for the next move.
Come on, man.
Netflix is looking pretty good. I'm still long Netflix. You can see some of my positions. I got some butterflies, some calls, some call debit spreads. And I do think that Netflix does break all-time highs, maybe even tomorrow, but eventually over time, be watching out for earnings, which are on October 17th. So Netflix looking pretty good to me.
All right.
NVIDIA starting to break out. I don't know if it'll get to all-time highs, but it's looking bullish, even if it pulls back. Same with AMD. This comes back to the theme of the semiconductors. So if semiconductors are strong, that is a sign of a bull market. And if semiconductors are green, it's a leading indicator for the overall NASDAQ. I've also been talking about SOXL. You can use this for the wheel strategy. And even just something like 100 shares, a $3,600 investment. I've been able to cash flow this for the past 4 weeks, getting 3 to 5% every single week.
3 to 5% every week.
Every single week, just on SOXL. If you have the ability to buy 100 shares and you can sell covered calls, maybe at like resistance areas, easy cash flow, strategy, especially since the stocks within the semiconductor sector are just in powerful uptrends. We've been talking about XLC, the communication sector. So think Google, think Disney, think Netflix. I've been giving a bullish rating on this. Yeah, it's still coiling up, but I do expect this to outperform the S&P 500. So that's
XLC.
really important.
All right.
Yep. And not everything that I've mentioned has played out perfectly. Disney got a good pump, but now Disney is selling off just a little bit. It does look a little bit top heavy. I do like Disney longer term, but shorter term it might go sideways and even lower. But just give Disney some time. Cruise lines are still doing really well. CCL. I gave this a buy rating on Friday, and then I also let the Legion know that I'm buying CCL when it started to break above 18. I also sold cash secured puts. So CCL, look for a potential breakout over this 19 level. We got higher lows. We got this long time flat top, and CCL, it's fair value. Carnival Cruise Lines, $22 a share.
All right. So what's Norwegian looking like?
What's oh yeah, NCLH. Let's check it out. NCLH, looking pretty good. Never really pulled back to that buy zone down here at 1850, but it's looking good. It's in an area of supply, so that just means that price has rejected from there. Investors, institutions have sold from this before, but eventually you eat away at that supply the more times that you test it. So NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Lines, looking pretty good.
All right.
Lastly, I just wanted to bring up FXI. So this is China's stock market. Look at this shit. Got down 9%. Could you imagine if the S&P 500 dropped 9%?
It dropped 9% today.
Yeah, 9% today.
And it had been pumping up. It's an ugly looking chart, though. All those gaps. It's weird.
Oh, yeah. Foreign markets tend to gap a bit more often than U.S. markets. And that's just due to like overnight trading, just, a lot of different factors. But China has been like getting obliterated for a long period of time on the monthly. And it could be starting to recover. I do think if FXI, China's stock market, gets super oversold back to like 29, it might be worth, a dip buy for, a medium to longer term hold. One of the trades that I actually gave for the Legion was actually Neo puts. And this is pretty cool because Neo is in a long-term downtrend. So buyers are going to dump their stock if there is going to be a rally. And we kind of had a bit of a descending triangle where we have a flat bottom and we have lower highs going into it. And what's cool about buying options in this scenario is if you can anticipate a bigger than expected move, you can get paid really, really well. These put options made 80% overnight. So every $35 that you put into this trade turned into $62. So that's pretty cool. And it wasn't any crazy size trade, but if something goes straight up like this and it's been in a longer term downtrend, you have an opportunity to bet against the stock. So just a quick little lesson. Now I just briefly want to get into 2 trade ideas, and that's all I have for tonight. So the first trade idea is actually going to be Celsius. And this is actually one, Celsius is coming off its caffeine high.
Yeah.
So Celsius kind of doing a double top up here, break the neckline, prolonged downtrend. If Celsius can get really oversold, maybe down to like 23 or 24, I do think it's worth accumulating a decent position.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because its fair value is $36 a share, and it is institutionally owned. So 36 is a good price target for Celsius, but really just let it sell off.
When it gets down there, what you think? You thinking leap call options?
You could do leap call options. You could do shares. You could do cash secured puts. It all depends on the risk profile that you're going for.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's just one that's setting up. That's not like a concrete idea. Another one is to potentially profit from hurricane season. So that's the talk of the town. Hurricanes, hitting Florida. You probably know it best, Brandon. You probably are hearing a lot about it.
Oh yeah, man. But we straight in Miami, man. It was a beautiful day, actually. It's like the West Coast and Tampa. Might not be no Tampa next week.
Okay.
It might not like be a thing. It would be like the lost city of Atlantis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, right? I was tuning into your Instagram live, and it just looked beautiful.
No,
Wonderful. I'll actually be in Tampa in January for a CMT conference.
Maybe.
So I hope. Yeah, I hope that Tampa's still there.
I don't know if Tampa's going to be a thing, bro.
I know, right?
Because another hurricane coming next week.
I just hope that it works out. Either way, this stock, GNRC, this is a stock that provides backup generators and backup power systems during hurricane season. And it is breaking out to do new daily highs. You kind of have a little like inside bar today. So what's cool about this is you can buy the break of the high. You can put your stop loss underneath the breakup candle low. And then you can see if you can get some profit onto a squeeze, maybe into the 180s, 185. It's not the highest probability trade setup, but it could catch some momentum from hurricane season.
Okay.
So those are the main trade setups that I have. Those are the main things I wanted to cover. Are there any super chats or anything?
Let me know the super chat for Greg, but I wanted to know what's up with XLF.
Yeah, great question. This is a pretty good setup.
Come on, man.
For those of you guys that don't know, this is just a simple ascending triangle setup. Basically, what we have is we have a flat top and we have higher lows. That means buyers are stepping up earlier and earlier because they want the stock. They want the ETF in this case. So this represents the bank stocks. There are a lot of bank earnings on Friday, and there also is CPI inflation report on Thursday. However, the edge is still to the buyers either way. So, I would give it there's like a 60% chance it breaks up and a 40% chance it breaks down. You could do in-out call debit spreads. You could just go with shares. You could go with the wheel. But XLF, it's tough to give a price target on this, but I'd be bullish.
All right.
Bullish over the highs.
Do you just want to know if you remember when I called out Home Depot? Yeah. I don't know. Do you just remember when I said I was buying it? If you could just tell these motherfuckers when I said Home Depot was a buy. If you could just tell them when I said it.
I do happen to recall, and it was pretty cool. 362, Home Depot's up 14%.
All you motherfuckers had to do, listen, over the last few months, if you wanted to make a bunch of money, is just watch the Victory Talk podcast and take the fucking plays that me and Young Candlestick been giving you. That's really all you had to do. The only one you might not have profited on was the Disney one. And that's it. You had one loser out of fucking hundreds.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? One. That's a good ratio, man. Yo, look at that shit. It's just, how many green days is that in a row?
This is the weekly time frame. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row, straight the fuck up.
Just winning. Just fucking winning, man.
There is going to be a little bit of supply up here, but Home Depot is looking like it's just gunning for all-time highs, with interest rate cuts. Now
here's a start. I'm not calling this one. I want your opinion on it because I think it might be setting up. Okay, but Berkshire Hathaway.
Oh, BRK/B.
Yeah, the homie Warren B.
Oh yeah, one of the greatest investors of all time.
Yeah, man.
Okay, this is an interesting one. This is a goofy setup. So last time I remember we talked about how this was a demand zone and you could buy. 450 was the level. By the way, that was pretty much the dead low. So, and it got a 3% bounce. This one, I don't have an opinion either way. We have an impulse wave down and we have consolidation right here. If it breaks the consolidation down, you could see a bear flag and the duplicated move would be the 200-day moving average. However, that same energy, if breaking to the upside, could be released to the upside. So I can duplicate this again and just extend this up here. And that would put Berkshire at 502. So I would just, this kind of sounds weird, but you could do what's called a strangle. And a strangle is where you buy a call and you buy a put and you just hold them to expiration. And one of them you're hoping more than pays for the other. It also has to do with implied volatility, the option pricing, and the spreads. But Berkshire, I would just say bullish above 462.50, bearish beneath 450. Super simple.
Let me ask you a question, Young Candlestick.
Bring it up.
I've been asking you to give me the go ahead to short Esty. Is it time yet? Is it time? I've been looking at this for a short. Come on, man.
Okay.
When, if not now, then when? You let me know, but I'm not gonna do it until you tell me.
Okay. I'm not going to give you the entry for this just because you just kind of got to buy a leap put and just sit on it, accept the risk. And last time, actually, on the Victory Talk podcast, I said you could wait for a bounce, a lower high, and then a short. I even drew this. This is the last drawing I had on it. That's exactly what happened. Bounce, and it rejected. So it's one of those things where this day was the entry. You could short the lows. That's fine. You just need to give it a much wider stop loss. Because
it's at a new low, like a multi-year low, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes bankrupt or tests down to like 25.
You better buy all that handmade bullshit now. Because it looks like this shit's going out of business, man.
Morningstar is a bit inconsistent with some of its fair value estimates. It gives a fair value of $100 a share on Etsy. Take these with a grain of salt. Amazon to get a fair value of 195, eBay 56, Shopify 72. So a pairs trade could just be short Etsy simply because of the trend, but then you could go long Amazon and long Shopify. That could be like a pairs trade that some people do. That way, what you do is you just enter the trades all at once. and then you exit the trades all at once. And over time, you should be profitable if you shorted relative weakness and went long relative strength.
All right.
So that's
All right,
fair
cool.
trading for you. Yeah, that's all I
Listen,
have
man.
for the market update. It was good to see you. I'm excited to get back to this conversation. I want to
For
hear what
sure.
Goldie has to say.
All right, yo, listen, and market, and just so you know, man, Greg's in the Legion, man. Hit the link in the you can talk to Greg in our free Discord, Victory Talk Discord. Go ahead, hit that link in the description and join, man. I'm dropping some new free shit in the Discord too. I'm coming up with some new shit, so you're gonna want to look out for that.
That should be some fun. Hey, good to see you guys.
For sure. Awesome. All right, man. Do we have any super chats for young Goldie or just super chats in general?
We
Game
do.
gonna go. My fault. I knew from the fucking Instagram is young Goldie. My fault, man. Game. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's all good. Do we what super chats we got?
We have Cold Brew.
The homie.
Yo, Goldie, I'm focusing on my mind's money mindset. Should I wait until I have that handled or start working on my game now?
Nah, man, that is working on your game. You know, you want to get chose with your mouth closed. You work on yourself, and then the women gonna choose, man. When you get your mind right, you get your money right, you get your mindset right. The women gonna recognize a winner from a loser. You gonna be head and shoulders above 99% of men in society. Man, it's easy, man. When me and this man walk in the room, I guarantee if they ain't choosing me, they gonna choose him. If they ain't choosing him, they gonna choose me, because we gonna probably be the best options in the room. Why? Because we work on ourselves. Like I tell people all the time, man, when you work on yourself in all areas, man, you don't even need no game. You're gonna be so valuable to most women. They're gonna treat you how you want to treat you. How you want to be treated. They're going to do whatever you want them to do because they see you as so much value. So build your value. You ain't got to work on your game.
Let me ask you about that, man. So, you know, a lot of these guys on the internet, they talk about how to get women. They might talk about different things you can do to get women. They might even talk about pickup or, you know, and I know some of those guys, it seems like you have a whole different approach. Can you talk about it?
Listen,
you talk about getting chose instead of going out there
man, getting chose with your mouth closed, right? A player knows how to put himself in position to be discovered. A player gets chose, right? I say it all the time, man. You can't chase a woman, get her, then turn around and say, okay, I'm the leader, follow me. How you start is how you finish. You started chasing, that's you set the tone, right? And just the fact that you were in pursuit of her makes her feel more valuable than you. Even if you're more valuable than her, you treated her in a way that made her feel more valuable. It's going to be very hard to turn that around. So I don't do that. Man, I build myself up to be who I want to be, and I let the woman choose. You understand what I'm saying? And I did this even before I had money, because at the end of the day, a woman only gonna choose who she likes. See, these dudes, man, and I'm not knocking no PUA. Yeah, get your your conversation right. Be confident going outside. But if you really look at the statistics, these PUA guys ain't catching any more than a man who goes out and talks to 100 women without no lines, right? It's just they outside more than you, so it may look like they catching more. It's just they're going outside more than the average dude talking to women. Then he may catch her, he can't keep her. Why? Because he had to shuck and jive to get her. I do magic tricks and this, that, and the third, and set up. Man, a broad ain't that important to me. What they don't understand is, man, the girl who likes him is the only one they was gonna catch anyway. Women ain't fuck with somebody they don't like, and if you do, it's gonna be short lived anyway. Or you got to stay shucking and jiving since you meet her. I'm not doing all that. It's too much work. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to present myself in the best way possible. I'm going to adorn myself with the best clothes. I'm going to get shaved up. I'm going to have the right haircut on, and I'm going to look my best, and I'm going to put myself in a position to be discovered by the woman who's looking for me, right? Because the only woman who gonna fuck with me the way I want to be fucked with is the woman who like me. So I just got to be out in enough places for her to be able to see me and choose me.
Okay, so this is way different.
Yeah.
Than with all the pickup.
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. And y'all could go on my Instagram right now and see, I was on live and I just seen, somebody crossing the street and I just hollered at her. And I didn't say nothing but, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? She came to the car. I said, oh, we neighbors. Put my contact in your phone. She did it. Right. These PUA guys will make it seem like you have to say this and do this and be charming. No, when a woman likes you, she's gonna choose. So if she's not choosing and you had to do all this stuff to get her, she didn't really like you like that. So you're going to have to continue to convince her to mess with you. And the moment you drop that shtick, the moment you stop being charismatic, and man, I don't want to be charismatic if I don't want to be. I don't want to be shucking and jiving and having to say the perfect things and do the perfect things. If I'm just me, the only woman who's going to choose me is the one who likes me for me. Then my life is so easy because all I have to do is be me every single day. But I know dudes, and I ain't going to knock it. I know Max from big players, but life is a job because they're putting on this show. and it don't stop. You got to put on that show in the house. You got to put the show, and so you're always playing this character. That's why you niggas out here are so tired. You're tired because you've been mentally working all day to maintain this character. Yeah. You're exhausted mentally,
and then it doesn't build real confidence because she doesn't like you. She likes this character, this facade, right? You know, you get what I'm saying? So now you never built the real confidence because now all your self-worth comes from her liking you, right? And you chase that high more, her liking you. You do more shit to make her like you. But if you would have just liked yourself and found a girl who liked that, then it would be
so easy
for everyone.
And you know what's even more sinister? You know what happens when you fake too long? You forget who you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You fake too long, you'll forget who you actually are, and that's even worse, right? See, y'all care too much because like I say, you want validation. I feel so good in myself. I don't even want a woman. And I go harder when I meet a woman, just so when she get with me, I know it's gonna be good, right? But if you yourself, the only woman you're gonna catch is the one that like you for you. I mean, you can't go wrong with that strategy, man. You can't go wrong with it.
You know, so how does a man improve himself to the point where the women he wants likes him? I want to know your opinion, because what I tell dudes is like, listen, man, envision when dudes are asking me, how do I get a girl? How do I get this girl? There's a girl I like, or should I talk to my gym crush? I'd be like, listen, man, no, you need to think about what your ideal woman, right? Yeah. What kind of man would you have to be for her to be asking strangers on the internet how she can get you?
Man, that's real.
Become that motherfucker, right? But really become him. Don't pretend to be him. Like, how do you figure out how to be him?
I like what you're saying. So that's a good point. But I would say this, man, fuck what she like. I'm building myself to be what I like.
That's even harder.
Fuck what she like. Man, I don't care what these silly bras like. These silly bras like whatever the fuck they see on social media. Whatever motherfucking, no disrespect, Cardi B. I like her, you know, her brand business and everything. But most of these women are so easily programmable, so easily manipulated. They like whatever the fuck society telling them. Like, I don't give a fuck. Man, you gonna lose if you trying to be what the bitch like.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. What the fuck I look like trying to be what the bitch like? Come on, man. That don't even make sense. What do women like for real? Man, a bunch of silly ass shit, man. No, I'm not trying to be what she like. I am going to be what I like when I look in the mirror.
What you said is really hard, right? Because I remember, hold on, don't show it yet. But I remember when I was a kid, there was this group.
And what she like always gonna change. So if you're trying to be what she likes and tomorrow it's a new trend and she likes something different, well, now you got to change again.
I remember I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And there was this girl that I liked, you know what I'm saying? Taria. You know what I'm saying? She was a hood. And she liked these niggas.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, whoa, I don't want to be these niggas. Man. I'm a fucking G. Like, I fucking fight. You know
no. I remember.
And no disrespect.
To
the homies to them if they watching, but it's like, I ain't want to be this. So what? Imagine if I pretended to be one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, because it's a trend.
Dancing and shit, wearing an eye patch or some goofy shit to get this girl, man.
And I'm trying to, and you know, we see it in our community all the time. You know, in the era where gangster rap was it, you know, women wanted to fuck with the dope boys. So there's a lot of dudes who didn't have to live their lifestyle. Now they trying to be gangsters. Now they trying to sell drugs. Why? Because they wanted to be what women like, man. Hey, if you ever following a woman, man, she gonna lead you to destruction, man. It ain't about her. It's about me first. And you ain't a man if you looking for what the women do. You supposed to be a leader. I'm gonna be the man, head and shoulders that I respect. And any woman dealing with me, I'm gonna show her why this character is what she should like. These women is goofy. Sometimes she can't even respect the character of man that we are. Not all the time can a woman even see it. It's like dudes get mad that a woman has no game, but you have to have game to appreciate game. She can't even appreciate the type of man that we are sometimes, because if you haven't done the work, you can't appreciate. Sometimes you have to be you so hard that you got to teach the woman to respect these things that we doing. You get what I'm saying? So
I remember when I became friends with a lot of guys in the PUA space, and it's because
it's no knock to them. I like what they do.
Some of them are my homies, you know, like and I became cool, and I was like learning, you know, just being around them, going to the events and stuff.
It's good to have good conversations.
I would learn some of this stuff, and I was like, man, I be breaking all these rules. And then what I realized is like, oh, these motherfuckers is trying to, a lot of it, not everyone, but a lot of this shit is, a lot of the PUA shit is like, oh, this rules, all these rules they have for how to. I'm like, yo, I break all them rules, and I'm still good, right? So it's like, oh, you trying to trick a bitch into thinking that you a motherfucker like me. Right, but I just do it. Right?
Hey,
like all that shit, like don't be too available, don't do all this shit. But no, if you was really on your purpose, you just wouldn't be available.
Nah, exactly.
Right.
Nah,
I
that's
don't
right.
have to fucking follow no rules because I'm really him.
Yeah. Why instead of faking trying to be something, why don't you just go out and put the work in and be it?
Yeah, just be it. Don't fake it. I say don't fake it till you make it. Be it till you believe it.
Nah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like really do it.
100%.
Do it till you prove it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Prove it to yourself.
Yeah.
Not prove it to a girl, not prove it to society, like really prove it to yourself till you start to like yourself. And then here's the thing, man, people can tell when you like yourself or not, when you got respect for yourself.
You can't disguise it. And that's what I'm saying. Like these dudes is asking so many questions for the woman. So even if you fake it internally somewhere, micro expression, something is going to show that you're doing all this for the woman. So your intentions is wrong from the beginning. She's always going to be too valuable to you. You're always putting her on this pedestal. Even if you're faking it, you can't fake it because you did all this work on yourself to get a woman. You're elevating a woman up here, and there's no way that she's not going to peep it. You get what I'm saying?
She gonna secretly not like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
not
man.
like that. What are some steps that a dude can take to start to cultivate that attitude? Like what are some concrete steps he can take? Man,
you know, the first thing is, man, you gotta walk in the mirror, look in the mirror, and say, fuck that bitch, man. Sometimes you just, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. That broad that you think is all that broad that you sweating, that broad that's the dream of your life, right? You know she no good for you. Sometimes you gotta just look in the mirror and say, hey man, fuck that bitch, man. Then sometimes you got to pump yourself up like that. I'm more important. You get what I'm saying? So that's the first step. Just stop making these women more important than they are. Yeah. And then from there, like we always talk about, man, just work on yourself. Be the person that you respect in the mirror. Yeah. Man, these broads ain't that important, man. It's just, you know, they not that important.
Yeah. No, man, I'm 100% with you, man. Yo, we had that whole question I asked, like from the beginning of the question. Superchat. All right. What's what we got another one for Goldie.
We do. Kevin says, I fuck up and lost my ex. I still love her, but she trying to come back after 3 months. What should I do?
She fucked up and lost you, homie.
Yeah.
It's like, what would you do? Tell him what's up, man.
Man, you said it, man. Shit, you didn't lose her. She lost you, man. Hey, because this is how I feel about it. Let's say I do something, right? Let's say if I cheated on a woman or whatever y'all be going through with y'all women, right? Let's just say that happens and she leaves. So, right? It's like, I'ma do me, I'ma be me. If you stay, you stay. If you leave, you leave. I'm not really tripping. There's 3 billion women in this world. Like, do you really think she that special? What in your mind makes you think that she's that special in the world for the 3 billion women? Why is she so that? Let's start there. Why is she so special to you that you trying to go back to something that didn't work the first time?
They everywhere. Yeah, like everywhere. Yeah, like it's half.
These dudes ain't willing to put their work in.
You got to trip off that.
These dudes ain't willing to put their work in, man. I've never had a woman, the best woman I've ever had, and I've had some great women. I've never not found something better. You got to have an abundance mindset. Yeah. Hey man, to me, it's always a better broad. It's always a better business. It's always a better friend. It's always a better opportunity. Man, what's gone is gone. What's in the past, man. I'm gonna knock the rear view mirror off the windshield. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't look back. I only look forward. But that's a scarcity mindset that you want something old that probably wasn't even the best for you, rather than putting yourself in position, getting chose with your mouth closed and doing the work so you catch something better. Man, you dudes be trying to be with the same woman your whole life, man. It's so many different women out here. Not to mention, you should be evolving and growing in life, which means you should always be getting better. And when you're getting better, you could catch better. So instead of trying to be with this woman who you've been with, elevate yourself and you're going to be able to catch a better and higher quality.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, you know, I'll be telling dudes, man, if you only be tripping about losing a girl if you hadn't been working on yourself the whole time. Man. Because if you was working on yourself the whole time, then you be better now than when you found it.
That's why, listen, you know? Every single day you have to live your life like you're gonna get a call that your woman cheated on you, right? Because every time, I'm serious, have this framework. What happens when a woman cheats on you? Oh, I'm back in the gym. I'm back on my shit. I'm back. I'm getting my life together.
I've been a trainer my whole life.
Now you want to be on top of your shit.
If a dude gets cheated on, man, he's on. After he cried for a bit and bitch and moan, this motherfucker is lifted all the way.
Man. So live your life like you gonna get that call every day. You'll stay on your shit. And truth be told, that's gonna make that relationship last longer, because as long as you that prize, it's gonna be harder for her to leave. A lot of times she leave because she see you getting worse and worse and slipping on this. And if she know that you a prize, she might not even want to be with you. But if she know you a prize and it's a woman waiting in the cut to take her spot, she gonna stay with you even when she want to leave.
Yeah, you always got to be elevated.
Yeah,
right. Just because you don't. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. What happens is these dudes, they get comfortable.
Yeah.
They start getting fat. They start working out. They get lazy. They get fat.
I'm trying to tell you.
And then, you know.
Now she's your only option, so you got to stick with it.
And then she start looking at you because you've been degrading.
Yeah,
and she's been looking at you. And maybe she's elevating. Maybe she's reading. Maybe, God forbid, you got a chick who's getting better while you getting worse. She's going to look at you every day with resentment because she knows she can do better.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times, too, these dudes, they don't do what they supposed to do in a relationship, man. You done got too comfortable just around her. Man, you stop dressing up. You stop getting haircuts.
Yeah.
Man, you stop showering regularly. You know, you got too comfortable. And you know,
got fat. And
listen, you have to be what the woman saw you when you caught her, right?
Yeah.
It's like a subconscious subliminal contract. This is what I presented when we first was dating. So that's really the criteria of why she's dealing with you now. So you can't slip on the things that you was doing. I mean, I ain't saying you got to go out to dinner all the time, but you still need to do those things. You still need to be the fly dude that she met. She liked you because you was fly, because you was popping it, because you was maintain those things. You was in the gym, stay in the gym. That's who she got into this relationship with. You got to be that or better.
And she probably, especially if you're a young dude, she probably saw some potential in you. And if you don't, what if you don't rise to it? Then it's like, fuck. Yeah, she gonna have. That's where that resentment comes from. That's where these motherfuckers start getting disrespected, right? Am I right?
No, you 100% right. You 1,000%
you ain't
right.
rising to that.
Yeah,
you
man.
got comfortable, man.
Yeah, you know, and it's one of those things. It's good that we have women in this world, because look at all the things these dudes do for them. What would the world be if these women wasn't around? It'd just be, it would be a sad world we live in.
Wouldn't be no colors in this room. Not that I'm doing it for a girl, right? Because I got my girlfriend in the other room, but at the same time, it's like, well, she did this shit, right? So it's like it's almost like, yeah, bro. Like, there was no
way to be living in a box, Carmo.
Motherfuckers would give a nothing fuck about nothing. Motherfuckers would shower.
Yeah, sad world we live in. So we got to be happy these dudes
man. Straight up. Yeah, no, that's real talk, man. What other questions we got for the homie?
Hey man, that's why y'all got to get in my, you know, I do weekly group calls, gang calls, you know, because when I was coming up, man, you know, I was around older players. I was around my uncles, and we would get together. You got to fellowship with other players. You got to fellowship with people. You know, I get around him. I fellowship with him, and he, you know, give me game. We bounce off. I can feed off of some of his energy, man. If you can't look yourself in the mirror and be like, man, fuck that bitch. If you can't walk around with this confidence, sometimes get around somebody who moving like that, and you can feed off that energy. You know, sometimes y'all be around a broad too long, and you be by yourself so long. It's like sometimes you need to get around other men who are acting in the fashion that you want to be, and you could kind of soak up that energy and that mindset.
Before we move to the next question, this is something that I want to put out there, because I just feel like guys who talk about game never mention this, right? And it's to piggyback on what you said. You become like the people you're around.
Yeah,
you become like the people around. So if you're around people who are pushing you to be better, or encouraging you, or even motivating you like, to be better because they better, excuse me, you're gonna want to improve, right? You become like the people you're around. But what people don't take into account, it's the women too.
There it is, man. Come on, man.
So if you picking a chick for the wrong reason, or picking the wrong kind of chick, you're gonna fucking subconsciously adopt some of her habits.
Right? It's impossible not to. Nobody is mentally strong enough to evade the influence of people around you in your environment.
It's not. That's why, you know, different people from different regions have similar dialects, similar accents. You weren't born with your accent. You know what I'm saying? Like you develop that unconsciously. Right. So you develop all these. I remember it was a long time ago, long time ago, and I was dating this girl. She was a fucking spaz, right? And you know, usually I'm cool as a motherfucking man, like kind of like almost like a black James Bond, somewhere in between James Bond, Jay-Z, and The Rock, like somewhere in it, in that Venn diagram is me. And I'm usually super calm, cool, even when most people are spazzing. But she was always spazzing. And then one day, man, I had a fucking like panic attack. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This is me. I'm the man. And they're like, oh shit.
Been around somebody.
I had to get away from her like immediately. Right. Because I know, because you know, that shit is contagious, right?
Hey,
like,
nah, that's real.
On some real shit. Like I read a study that if you get if let's say me and you are friends, right? If you get fat, I got a 40% chance of becoming fat.
Yeah.
Right. But if one of your boys that I don't even know gets fat, I got a 20% chance.
I quoted you on that. I gave you credit. I quoted you on that in the other interview that you told me that.
I can pull up. Hold on, man. I'm gonna pull it because you need. The reason I want to emphasize this because
how real it is.
It's that real.
Which makes it even more important. The point we was talking about earlier, how you guys need to choose your woman with with better criteria, not just women. She a freak, you know,
not just because she's bad. She gotta, like, you got to think, man. Does this chick have qualities that would be advantageous? If I adopted them.
Does her habit support what I'm doing, or is she in pocket enough and like me enough to adopt my lifestyle, to go to the gym, to do this, to be cleanly and things like that?
Because when people say the leader, like, it's not just do what I say. It's like, no, are you going to be on the same kind of time?
That's why it's
even going to be on the same frequency.
That's why it's even more important to get a woman who holds you in such high esteem, because she's going to want to do the things that you're doing. She want to read with you, want to go to the gym with you, want to be on your, because she values what type of man you are.
She's going to want you to work hard. Right? Like, she's going to value hard work. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I love a woman entrepreneur, you know, because she's already on a type of time. She has to have certain habits. So it's cohesive when we get together to push each other forward.
That's one thing, you know, because one of the easiest, my boy Hermosi said, man, the easiest way to become poor is to get a married woman who tells you work too much.
Man, come on, man. I told you about my beat making dreams, man. Went down the drain.
You gave up on your dream because I'm trying to study, but
it's already hard enough to do what you want to do, man. You got somebody giving you a way out. It's gonna be easy to give in.
Yeah, that's some real shit, man. You really got to pick girls on different women on a higher criteria than just the way she look or she's just a freak. It's like, what kind of energy she have? You want her around you. If you end up mating with this woman, right?
Man, come on.
Like, you got to, your kids are gonna adopt these habits, man. Too. So she got to be solid, right?
Yeah, you gonna fuck your kids up having a baby by somebody who ain't all the way there mentally, slow retard, or who just doesn't even have the same core. Do you know how hard it is to try to raise a child when you and the other parent have two different paradigms, two different moral codes, two different ways of doing things? You know, so that shit very important.
Yeah, man. All right, my fault. I just wanted to say that, man. Really pick women on a higher criteria, because you become like the people you around.
Man,
you know
I'm trying to tell
you. It's women too. It's not just the guys.
And I would argue to say that's even more of an influence because they're around you the most. They have the most influence on you because they're in your household.
They're spending the most time with them, and you the most intimate with them.
And I'm trying to
you feel me?
Most of these dudes know they be slipping on the gym because they woman. They be eating bad because of they woman, because she's not encouraging because she ain't on the same page.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, my girl, she made something for me. She weighed it for me, because I weigh my food. She told me how many ounces it was, so she's like an asset. She's not telling me, oh, you can just you could just have it. You could just do this. She's not trying to get me to drink the alcohol and no shit like that. She's encouraging.
We definitely got to highlight that point, man. I've moved mountains and I wouldn't be where I am right now if I didn't, throughout my life, pick the right women who help support everything that I've done. Shoot, I even got a woman right now, like, even when I be like tired, like, I don't know if I should go fly to this place. It's not 100%, so it could be a burn mission. She gonna be like, no, go, because you never know, because she want to see me win. I be like, I don't feel like going to the gym. I kind of gotta go to the gym again, because she want to see me win. But guess what? I picked right. I saw somebody with the traits and characteristics, especially like when you're doing something in life, you want to pick a woman who's ambitious, because if she's not ambitious and you are, she's never going to understand why you want more. I only fuck with women who want more out of life.
Even this is going to, I hope I articulate this right, because I see how it can come off wrong, what I'm about to say. But even if her ambition is to succeed through you, right? No. Like she's pushing you to be better, because her ambition, she don't want to.
No, that's perfectly fine.
You know,
because it's still the encouragement.
It's still the encouragement. She's there, still pushing you. And some guys will say she's just a gold digger, right? But if she got dreams and big aspirations, and she know you the vehicle, and she there supporting you and making that path easier for you to walk.
I'm trying to tell you.
You get what I'm saying? Like my girl, she like. I'm just telling you, man. Like you saw all the protein shakes and everything. Like she ordered all that shit. Like she put it. It's organized. You think I organized?
I was gonna say, your spot look like we in the store when you open your cabinets.
You think I didn't do that shit, right? But she got all my shit, and it's always full.
Man,
it's always
that's
full.
An asset. That's something you don't have to think about. Mental energy that you could be using on something more important.
Because she knows my path, and she makes it easier for me to go down that path.
Yeah, now that's valuable.
Like when she put the books in color coordinated. like no, it wasn't just aesthetics. It was like, oh, I would have problems finding the book I wanted.
Oh, okay,
but
yeah.
now, I'm looking for deep work. I know that's yellow. I guess looking yellow. I mean, I could get the Dewey Decimal System, but I ain't gonna do that shit. It made it easier. It's just shit like that, you know, or like, you know, I drink this concoction before I go to sleep, man. Like that shit is I looked in the refrigerator, is ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's but she got like ambitions and things she want to accomplish, the kind of crib she want to have.
See, you know, they help you push you, man. That shit push you, man. That shit is in the Bible.
You know what I'm saying? That's very important.
That shit is in the Bible. What it say? When two or more come together in his name, man. If you ever read Napoleon Hill, you talk about masterminds. He talks about, man, your wife is the biggest mastermind that you can have. And you know what he says? Discord in the household will steal your dreams. Napoleon Hill says that. So, you know, if you he says it, if you have a nagging wife, if you have disharmony in the household, man, it's gonna be very hard to manifest your dreams. But if you have a woman on your same page, if y'all dream building together, if you have aspirations together, it's gonna not times 2. He said it's times 100 when those two minds come together. So your woman should be that. So you should pick very carefully.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, man. You got to have a higher criteria than just how. I mean, I'm not saying you just gotta have a higher criteria than just ass, titties. You know, motherfuckers be like, yo, man, Brandon, ass to titties. I'm like, yo, first of all, you thinking scarcity, you could have both, right? But you have both. That you know what I'm saying? My girl got both, right? You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to choose. I ain't out here choosing ass or titties, motherfucker. I went for the combination, but at the same time, that's not the highest criteria.
Nah, it's not.
That's not the highest criteria.
Even a little bit, man. I say it all the time, man. Once you have sex with your girl 100 times, once you've seen her 1,000 times, out with her 1,000 times, man, all the things that you physically liked about her is gonna be. It's like having a car. No matter what car you get, no matter what jewelry you get, you have it long enough, it doesn't mean anything to you anymore. So what's gonna be left after that? And you know, looks fade over time. Looks are gonna go away. So what's left after that? What's gonna be the standing thing? So if she had no character, man, when all of those fade, you're gonna have a worthless broad. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's real shit. That's real shit. All right, what else we got? What else?
We have Andres. Brandon, I've been immersed in your content and I was
Congratulations.
I was dreaming the other day. Sorry, I was dreaming the other day and you came to my house to tell me to focus on attracting chicas and not chase them. Much love, G. Can't wait to meet you one day, the 5'10" Mexican.
All right. Yo, hey man, you know that's what you know. Like I think like dreams are just like whatever you be thinking about. It's like your subconscious mind a lot of times, you know. And if you've been like Paul, but if you listen to a lot of the content, it makes sense, you know. But yeah, I mean, listen, maybe you needed me to come to you in your dreams and be like, yo, hey man, stop chasing these hoes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? What 50 say? 50 said, you hustling backwards if you chasing a chick. Stupid. Chase the paper. They come with the shit. Nah, you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
All right.
Last one is Eli, WFNF show last night. Top tier guest.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. That's what's up. It was a good time. Good to see you was on fire last night. It's good to see the homies. Huh? Oh, guys, if you don't know, I know a lot of you guys want to learn how to grow your online fitness business. I'm doing a free training. It's going to be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? Where it's the first link in the description, where I'm going to take you by the hand and show you how to get your first online clients for free, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a lot of experience, even if you don't have a big following, right? I'm going to show you how you can get your first online clients. The link is in the description. I'm pretty sure we still have some spots left, you know, because of the software we use, it only lets us have a few, but we should still have some spots left now. So make sure you click that link and register for the class. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna be giving away prizes, but I'm gonna give you a lot of game, as much game as possible on how to get your first clients. All right. So make sure you click the link in that description. It's gonna be live, you know. All right. I'm gonna answer all your questions, Q&A, the whole nine. All right. Click the link in the description. Let me ask you a question. So here's where What's your take on approaching women? Because I know that story said you approached the girl, but you also said you got to get chose, right? So
Okay,
is there like
yeah, man, let me break this down. You know, I have a lot of sayings, right? But you know, it's just a saying. It's a framework. I don't put rules on myself. You know, it's frameworks that I move with. You know, so getting chose with your mouth closed, that really just means presenting the best choice that you can of yourself, looking right, dressing right, having the right tools. Tools is the material things, whether it's the jewelry, whether it's the outfit, whether it's the car. Have your tools right. And then you got the campaign. Campaign means what? I'm outside. I'm being seen. I'm in the places and environments where the women that I like are going to congregate. You show me what you catch. I'll show you where you fished. I'll even show you what bait you use, right? A lot of these dudes is looking for a certain type of woman, but they're in an environment where they're not in abundance. You have to know not only where the woman that you like is going to be, but where is the women that typically like you going to be. So, man, I ain't just doing nothing. But okay. Yeah. Like I say, get chose with my mouth closed. That doesn't mean all the time I'm not trying to talk to a woman. What that means, most of the time I'm not. I'm chilling. Hey, man, I'm looking so good, man. One of these women gonna get drunk enough and they not gonna be able to stand it. They gonna walk up to me, and it happens all the time. And every long-lasting relationship I've had has always been a woman who said something to me first. So I just move off that framework. But let's just say I do see a woman. All I'm gonna do at most, like hit her on the elbow with my finger, you know. Or if I see her, I'll be like this. Right? I'll be like, hey, how you doing? That's it. You know why? Because all I'm doing is presenting myself.
Do you look for like what some might call choosing signals first?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. I mean, if I see choosing signals, of course, I'm fine. But it might just see something I like. I'm just doing the bare minimum so she understands I'm interested. Now, all I'm looking for is, do you like me or not? And it don't take a long time to do it. It don't take but 2 seconds, sometimes maybe 2 minutes at the most, based on how she look when she look back at me. Do she smile? Do she stop? When I go like this, do she come here or do she tell me to come there? Yeah. You know, it's really simple because I understand I'm not looking for who I'm looking for. I'm looking for who's looking for me. I'm looking for who likes me. I'm looking for my woman. Most people out here, they're looking for somebody else's woman. But your woman, when you say, hey, come here, she going to be like, damn, let me hurry up and go over there. You get what I'm saying? When you pull her on her little elbow and she turn around, she going to get to smiling and giggling because she likes you. All I'm doing is trying to find, do she like me? And I'm not tripping if she don't. She ain't got to like me. I'm only looking for who like for me. So that's what I'm saying. Go out with the expectation that most women not gonna like you. You just looking for the one who do like you. And all I got to do is present myself. All that PUA stuff, cool, whatever. If you want to do that, cool. And I ain't knocking it. Know how to have some conversation. But all I have to do is present myself to the woman, you know, do a twirl, if you will, you know, figuratively. Yeah. Let her know what she looking at. Baby, do you like what you see? That's pretty much what, baby, do you like what you see? If yes, come on, let's talk some more. If not, cool. Have a good night. That's all good. That's it.
I like it. Yo, man. Yeah, it's like, what you say makes a lot of sense to me, man. What you say,
because if a woman like you, if a woman sees a man that she like, listen, if a woman goes out to a club, I guarantee you, there's at least one man in there that she like, oh, that dude fine. Yeah. Oh, I like him. Oh man, I hope he talks to me or whatever. If he says hello to her, she's gonna engage like she likes him. Yeah. Right. And if she don't, she's gonna engage like she don't like him. Yeah. So it's not hard to tell. She likes somebody in here. I'm just trying to find out if it's me. Do you like me, baby? That's all. You know, and I tell girls that all the time. Like, you know, you don't like me, do you? You know, just to see what she say. Do you like me? That's all I'm trying to figure out.
All right. Now, what about the guy who says, man, yo, the girls I like don't like me?
I'm going to bring it back to this, right? It's two things you could do. Elevate yourself to the point where the women who you do like you back.
Yeah, nigga, do you like you?
Yeah, exactly. You know like go back to what you said. The type of woman that you like, what type of man does he like? You got to be more like that. But I would say this. I like myself already. So I don't care. I only like who like me. If a woman don't like me, don't matter how bad she is, you got bad taste. If you don't like me, we not even gonna vibe. If you don't like me, something wrong with you in my mind. Do you see me? And that's the only type of woman I want to deal with. I like myself. I want to deal with a woman who like me. We're gonna vibe on the same level. So I don't care. And then it's like this. If she like you, she gonna do whatever you ask. She gonna do nothing you don't. Like, you get what I'm saying? She's gonna be who you want her to be. How could you not like that? Now, I'm not saying you got to go get a woman who just look like anything, like, but what I'm saying is that how could you not like a woman who affirms that she likes you? I mean, it's no better feeling to me when a woman really likes me, when she gets butterflies in her stomach, when she want to do this for me, she want to ride everywhere with me, she want to see me every single day, she want to rub my back, she doing everything I want and nothing I don't. There's no way I can't like that woman. And like I say all the time, man, it don't take but $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 at the most to turn a broad into a bad bitch if you really want to. Or you really want it. And now this is the third one. Her up. Or You just gotta, it's a numbers game. Okay, that one don't like you. It might take you 50 to 100 to find the next one that like you that might look a little bit better. Just put your time and your work in, or don't complain about what you got.
Yeah, and like again, do you like yourself?
Man, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Because if I like me, then it don't matter what she think. I'm only looking for who likes me. And if you don't like me, it's something wrong with you, baby. It's something. How you looking at this? And that's the only type of people you should be around. The friends you pick, the women you with. It should be people who like you for who you are. You shouldn't. I don't care how fine she is. If I say hello and she act like she don't hear me, or if I say hello and she not feeling it, man, I don't even like her no more. I can't. Energy off. I can't be with somebody who ain't reciprocating the right energy to me.
Yeah,
and
that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I ain't mad at her. Ladies' choice, gentleman's game. It's your choice, baby. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like me, you don't like me. It's all good.
Because they literally everywhere.
Yeah,
like literally everywhere.
Yeah,
like straight up, it's half the population.
And you're gonna
find somebody who's
and when you move like that too, man, I believe it's more attractive to a woman, because when a woman see me just posted at the club or wherever I'm at, just enjoying myself, not really worried about her and 5-10 dudes that was trying to grab and talk to her, it makes her a little bit more curious. It makes me more valuable in her eyes. Oh, he didn't come over here and say nothing to me. He ain't really tripping like that. When you're trying to pursue too hard, man, that needy energy is a repellent, and it shows kind of your status. Hey, man, do you think Chris Brown is out here? Hey, how you doing? Trying to spit these lines, do these magic tricks, grab it out the hat? Yeah. No. So you kind of displaying. And it's a way to do it where you're not devaluing yourself, but you're kind of displaying that you're less than her. You're kind of displaying that you're putting her up here. So the dynamic is already off. If I do any more than this, hey, how you doing? If I do any more than that, I feel like I'm devaluing myself.
So you try to put on some elaborate show, some elaborate
I ain't doing it. Nah, you know why? Because I feel like I shouldn't have to do all that. Look at me. You either like me or you don't. And then if I start putting on a show, I'm gonna have to continue that show. It's too much work for me when I could just find a woman who like me and I could do whatever I want to do, live my life how I want to live.
Be yourself.
Yeah, man. Ain't nothing better than being yourself.
You because you can only pretend for so long. A lot of times people get in relationship, like you said, on false pretenses. Sometimes people like, man, he changed or she changed. It's like, nah, they ain't changed.
Yeah,
it's like
drop that facade.
They stop pretending.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can only pretend for so long,
Hey, man, these women too, like I say, man, you got to put the game god goggles on, man. You got to strip these women down. See, because when you really strip a woman down, man, you're not really tripping if she fuck with you or not, because you see her for what she is. What is she really, man? Got this whole costume on. She got the makeup on, eyelashes, eyeliner, the BBL, the fake titties, the fake veneers. Okay, you strip all that from her. What she really look like? Shit, you just take most of these bras' makeup off, just that alone, and take the sexy outfit off, man. Most of these women is 4s to 6s, 7s at best. You know what I'm saying? So when you just strip that down, you'll ask yourself, why am I tripping? And then number 2, what value is she going to bring to my life? Okay, I can have sex with her. Okay, what else is she doing in life? Probably nothing if she's at this club getting alcohol poured down her mouth by a stranger. So therefore, when you look at it like that, man, it don't matter one way or another if she like you or don't like you. And just that energy when you approach is going to make the whole dynamic different.
That's a fact, man. Listen, where can they find out more information about you?
Young Goldie _ on Instagram, Game Guy Goldie on YouTube.
I'm telling them to start posting more YouTube.
Yeah, hey, just because you said that, man, I did one last night. Yeah, Game Guy Goldie on YouTube, GoldieRatio.com. Come tap in, come get some game, come get some coaching, come get some one-on-ones. I got everything for you.
That's what's up, man. Yo, I appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you inviting me over here again.
Yeah, man, it's my pleasure. Yo, listen, guys, if you're trying to grow your online fitness business, it's literally no one better on earth to teach you. Why? Because I was one of the pioneers. I was one of the first people to do it in like 2009, 2010. I was one of the people who had to invent online training, and I built multi-7-figure business, and I've taught over 15,000 people how to build their own online fitness businesses. So I'm gonna do a free training for y'all live tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right, I'm gonna show you how to get your first online clients. Right, I'm not gonna show you how to get $1 million. I'm not showing you how to be super rich. Just how you get your first clients, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a lot of experience, even if you don't have a big following. I'm sure you can get your first clients. All right. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be 100% free. It's the first link in the description. Sign up for that now. All right. I'll holla at y'all. Peace.